Hello, this is Patrick Devine for Ed Cawthorn's Java class, week 5. This week we had to make a temperature converter, either converting Celsius to Fahrenheit or vice versa. Clearly, I really had no idea what I was doing or where to start, but after looking at your code, it makes a lot more sense to me. So we named what I named the package. This is the main class. Was temp converter A because I already had a couple other attempts. And we started here with inbound, which is where we get the input from the user. When you want to use methods or data from any other package or class, you have to let the program know, which is right here, import, and we're letting it know to import the utility scanner, which is a predefined tool in the Java program, which allows the user to input something from the keyboard. So we named it inbound, and I would have used input, but that's a keyword in the program, so I guess that can get confusing. So we called it inbound, and we tell it here which is what we want to do. We want to get a number and reflect it out. We create a new instance of scanner by using the keyword new, and we tell the program that the input is going to be a float. It is going to be a number. And this line here, we tell it to output a number as well. Down here, we tell the program that when it is first run, what we want it to do is display this message, to output this message to the user. Hey, give me a number and don't forget the decimal. And then we tell the program that it is going to be a number, which we use float for, and we want to return the input through a process, which we created here in converter. For some reason, I expected converter to have 25 lines of intense, crazy coding, but this was the smallest one out of the 3 classes. It's pretty straightforward here. We're telling the program what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to convert to Fahrenheit using a number to Celsius. It's going to be a number, float, and the result, which I think the result here is what we want outputted, which is the formula, the temperature times 9/5 plus 32. And here we tell it to output temperature Celsius and converts to 9/5 plus the result. Converts to, okay, so yeah, no, that line, I actually, this part right here, I find a little confusing. I'm not quite sure what that does. And the last thing that I copied over, because I did copy this from you, but it makes a lot more sense now. And at least, I saw a place to start, which is what I needed. This is actually what I found the most confusing here. I think this is where you're telling the program how to compile and use the classes in the process, how you're going to take the input, the inbound, create a new instance of inbound, create a new instance of converter. So we're creating new objects or new instances of these two classes that we've coded out. And down here, we're saying get me a number and return it. And target, like these last lines down here, I'm not 100% sure what's going on here either. But the rest of it's straightforward, and this gives me a very good building block and idea of how I can use a process, how I can get something done in here. Like you said, if you write it out, I feel like it would be easier to understand first. I just really didn't know where to start. But you're taking you're taking the input from the scanner, converting it through this process, and here you're telling it this is the main package right here. This is your main. It's tying it together and telling it to create a new instance. But I appreciate the help today, Ed, and I'm gonna post this video up now. Over and out.